Here's a little diagram that colleague George Jekyll put together here, kind of showing how these might relate with the objectives, activities, and resources. I'm going to bring up another 5 smart things, another fabulous 5, as we talk about designing and considering resources and content. This is worth noting. Dave Merrill, who's an instructional technologist, instructional technology professor. Now I think he's out in Florida or the University of Hawaii or whatever. Used to be here at Utah State. Has spent a lot of time identifying through all of the different instructional models and things that exist out there what the core principles of good instruction entail, and he's narrowed it down to these 5 things. Basically saying that students will learn better when instruction meets these conditions, when it's problem or task-centered, when it activates students' prior knowledge, when it demonstrates what they're supposed to be performing, gives them an opportunity to be able to apply it, and then integrates it with what they've learned already. I could go on. I mean, we could do an entire session on this, and people have, and people have written books about this and devoted their careers to this. But I bring it up. Check it out. It's some good stuff. Here's another one that I think is useful. This was Byron Burnham, who was one of our graduate deans here, put together a nice table comparing Gagne's learning outcomes, which you may have heard of. Gagne said there are 5 different kinds of Robert Gagne back, I think, started out in the 50s, 60s, up to the 80s. Basically said that you could put learning into these 5 different outcome areas of verbal information, intellectual skills, cognitive strategies, attitude change, motor skills. And, really I think this is a good way to think about learning design. Our Byron Burnham here, who I took this from, did a nice job here at putting together how you might consider your techniques, your teaching techniques for each one of these different types of outcomes, and how you might, for verbal information, put more focus on panels and debates, or for intellectual skills, more on demonstrations. So I think this is kind of a cool way of also thinking through your course design.